again, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. And today we are going to talk about, of all things, bees. Now, I brought along an actual bee to help me tell you about bees. So come on over, Mr. Bumblebee or whatever we're going to call you. And so we're going to ask some questions and see if you know, and he's going to help us show the answers. So do you guys know what sound does a bee make? If you guessed that sound, you are right. Good job. That wasn't a real tough one either, though. And where do bees look for food? Do you know where they look for their food? Oh, if you guessed flowers, you are right. Good job. Nice job. So, you know what sweet food bees make? This is going to be hard for this bee because I don't know. Not that. That's sweet food, but it's not that. Do you know what sweet food it is? It's honey. Maybe some of you knew that. Last question. Where do bees make their homes? Do you know what they're called, their homes? Where do they make their home? Oh, he's right. Good job. They make them in hives. Have you ever seen a hive like this? If you do, I wouldn't get too close to it because my sister did that once and actually bumped into one and got covered with bees. So don't bump into a hive. So that is our quiz for today. Bees are so wonderful, aren't they? Wait, what? I heard some of you say bees are not wonderful. Why did you say that? Because sometimes bees can be scary, right? I was stung by a bee one time, and that was not fun. And so whenever I see a bee now, I still run away. So even at my age, I still run away from bees. So bees are incredibly hardworking insects and are a very helpful part of nature. Did you know that? A lot of you might know that most fruits and vegetables begin as flowers. And as bees search for food, they visit these flowers. Now, the bees actually roll out a long lower lip. Yeah, I said a long lower lip. When they go flower to flower, they get out their long lower lip to reach into the middle of the flower to get the sweet juice and the powdery pollen. And as the bees move from flower to flower, that pollen goes to the other flowers too and mixes in, and this causes the flowers to grow even more. So that's why bees are so important. And a lot of times these flowers, not this one, but sometimes these flowers will grow into yummy fruits and delicious vegetables. Did I just say delicious vegetables? I'm not sure why I said that, but I guess some people would think they're delicious vegetables. Once the bees are back in the beehive, they feed other workers and the baby bees, and they build honeycombs, which they fill with the honey. So bees are a blessing, not just because they pollinate flowers and give us food, but also because they make wonderful, delicious honey. The Bible actually talks a lot about honey. Did you know that? Because it was the most amazing sweet treat that people could imagine. I'll give you 3 examples from the Bible where honey is mentioned. Number 1, maybe some of you know the stories about God's people, the Israelites, being slaves in Egypt. God's people were being mistreated and they cried out to God in their pain and distress. God heard their cries and wanted to lead them back out of Egypt. So God chose a man named Moses, a lot of you know that name, Moses, to do just that. God chose Moses to take the Israelites to a different land, a good land, and a land that had plenty of milk and, wait for it, honey. That's in the Bible. Example number 2. As Moses led the people out of Egypt and into the wilderness, God provided food for them. He provided good drinking water, He provided meat, He provided manna, and in craggy rocks, wait for it, He provided honey. Another verse where honey is mentioned in the Bible. Example number 3. This one's kind of a weird one. This one is later in the Bible too, in the New Testament. In the time of Jesus, there was a man named John the Baptist. John preached to people about their wrongdoings and their sins. And he said if they really wanted God's forgiveness, then he could baptize them right in the river where they were. That's weird. Well, John was an interesting person. He wore camel hair clothes. Now, I can't say I've ever worn camel hair. I don't know if that would be itchy or not, but he wore camel hair clothes and a leather belt around his waist. And he wanted to wander by himself in the wilderness. I don't know if I'd want to do that, but that's what he did. And get this, he ate grasshoppers. Maybe some of you knew that already. He ate grasshoppers, but thank goodness he also ate, wait for it, honey. Now, I don't know, did he dip the grasshoppers in the honey to make them taste better? I have no idea. But John the Baptist ate honey. So do any of you like honey? Have you ever tried it? If not, I have a couple of honey packets in your adventure box today so you can sample it. But you really need to ask your mom or dad first if you can try it, just to make sure it's okay for you. But before you do that, let's take a moment to pray, shall we? Dear God of love, thank you for honeybees that brought many blessings to the people of the Bible and continue to bring blessings to us as well. Amen. So, in your adventure box for today, not only do you have those honey samples that I gave you, but you also have a simple craft to make, and I had just enough pots for each of you, so I don't have one for myself to show you what to do, but you need to get the yellow pot, and there's some little bees in a bag too, and you will also need a thick black marker and some glue. So if you don't have that right by you, which I'm sure you don't, pause the video and go get that a second, and I'll tell you what you have to do. So get your yellow pot, and each pot has a little lip. We call that a lip, not like a bee lip, but a lip here. So take that black marker and draw a black line all the way around that lip. Doesn't have to be perfect, because I've never seen a perfect beehive either. So then if you look closely, there's two little pencil lines on this little yellow container too. If you can do this, or if you want your mom or dad to, take that black marker and trace around that pencil line, both pencil lines, all right? So it starts to look like a beehive. When you're done with that, then take your glue, and you can just glue the bees in a couple little places on your beehive. When you're done with that, set it out somewhere in a windowsill or on a table or something, and remind yourselves how important the bees are that God created. And they're important even if you're running away from them like I do, right? Ah, no! He's back! No! No!